Literally, he said, you've been diagnosed, it's terminal breast cancer, it's stage 4, and it's all over your body. I was stuck. I was frozen. I just burst into crying, and I got on my knees and I said, God, if you keep me alive, I will motivate, transform people all over the world. And that's what I do now. I am not meant to be alive and then die over this.
You're a walking miracle, through God's grace.
Here I am, 17 years later, no evidence of disease, not just surviving, thriving. Other survivors who have longer survivorship should speak out. It gives people a way to keep fighting.
When a woman is diagnosed, of course, her mental health is shaken to the core.
Mental health is a regimen. Your cancer is not a death sentence. Take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, and be a warrior.
Some stories defy statistics. Some stories rewrite the script entirely. Today's guest was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and given just 3 months to live. That was 17 years ago. Bershan Shaw, entrepreneur, former castmate of Real Housewives of New York, and a breast cancer advocate, is not just surviving, she is thriving. With no evidence of disease, has transformed her diagnosis into a platform of empowerment, mental health awareness, and fearless advocacy. I'd like to welcome on this episode of Sisters in Survivorship, the Bershan Shaw.
Hello, thank you. I love that introduction.
Okay, well,
Hi.
I receive it.
Thanks so much for having me.
So, Bershan, we gave them a little teaser a little bit about you, but tell us, take us back 17 years ago.
17 years ago, it was rough. It's been a journey. Who knew that I had terminal breast cancer? I truly thought it was a bad back. I couldn't move my back. I couldn't bend down. And it just got worse and worse month by month. And literally, I remember trying to pick up a glass and it hurt so bad. I was like, look, let me go to my doctors. Because I had gone to like wellness clinics, chiropractors, all of that. And everyone thought it was a slip disc until someone said, I think you need an MRI.
Really?
And I'm claustrophobic and I hate MRIs. I didn't want to do, yeah.
Me too.
I am so claustrophobic. And literally, I took the MRI and I went to pick up the results and I just thought it was going to be a regular day until my doctor said, Bershan, I think you need to sit down.
Wow.
And 7 doctors came in and they all had folders and I was like, whoa. And literally, he said, you've been diagnosed, it's terminal breast cancer. It's stage 4 and it's all over your body.
And how old were you at that time?
Ooh, 30, I know.
Roughly.
Right. Early 30, early.
That's fair enough.
Right. Late 20s, early 30. 17 years ago. Yeah, too young. Too young. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so what went through your mind? Because that's a heavy load to be dropped on you.
Mm-hmm. It is a heavy load. And I remember him saying that I was with my fiance and I was with my stepmother. And I was stuck. I was frozen. I didn't know what to say. But I remember walking out into the hallway. I said, give me a minute. I just burst into crying and I got on my knees and I said, God, if you keep me alive, just keep me alive. This is not my story. I am not meant to be alive and then die over this. This is just not my story. Keep me alive. I will motivate, transform people all over the world. And that's what I do now.
Wow. So that promise, you've made good on it.
I made good on it. Yep.
That's a beautiful thing. And so were there ever moments where you felt any shame or fear or isolation very early on?
Yes. On a daily. Because I was young in New York City, working at NBC, big personality, doing things. And My friends were dealing with nothing, having fun, going to bars, meeting men, drinking, and here I am getting diagnosed with a deadly disease. I was
And all
angry.
that comes with it.
All that comes with it. I was angry, mad, depressed. Why me?
Mhm.
And I couldn't realize why this was my journey.
Okay. And what was your treatment plan looking like at that time?
My treatment, they wanted to go aggressive. They wanted to do aggressive chemo, radiation. And I was scared because I wanted to have kids. And I'm like, is this the end of my journey
Oh, wow.
in having kids?
Sure.
Because I was young. 17 years ago, getting stage 4, there
Was a
weren't,
d yeah.
yeah, there weren't a lot of people with stage 4 17 years ago. And
And living.
and living and
Mhm.
living. So, they wanted to just go really hardcore.
Okay. And so,
But God, hold on. Here
okay.
I am 17 years later, right?
Absolutely.
No evidence of disease, feeling good, not just surviving, thriving.
Thriving, absolutely. And so did you participate in any clinical trials or anything?
So it's a good point. I did. I did. I
Really?
did a clinical trial at Johns Hopkins.
Okay.
And it was great. It was a vaccine. I mean, however, it didn't continue because they didn't have the funding. And I am for clinical trials. I really am. I'm for it because we need data. We need data on us. We are afraid to get into these trials, but they don't know our bodies. They don't know our DNA. And it's very different. It really is. And so I'm a big advocate on that. So I did. It was a vaccine. But, everyone is always like, what did you do? What did you do? And I don't know. I could say it's one thing, but what I can say is mindset.
Mm.
It's a big part of it. And I change my diet and I exercise like crazy. I go walking 4 to 6 miles a day.
Wow.
Yeah, a day. I did it right
Okay.
before here.
Okay. All right.
I eat well and
Take good care of yourself
taking care of myself. Positive
and
mindset.
keep your stress down too.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And so where's your treatment at this stage 17 years later? Are you, going for regular scans or what does
Yeah.
that look like for you?
So I go for scans a couple of times a year. I'm on a pill that,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm on a pill that I take and healthy living. Seriously, no stress. I want peace in my life and I don't if someone's bringing me stress, get out of my life.
Okay.
Right?
You got 1 minute to clean it up.
1 minute to clean it up and that's it. Mhm.
And so you seem like you're the type of person, since you're also a mental health advocate,
Mhm.
maybe affirmations are a big part of your
Mhm.
daily life.
Yes, I do affirmations every morning when I walk. I manifest what I want for the day and what I want for my 3-month goal, my 6-month goal, my 1 year. And I do affirmations every single day when I walk.
Okay, you're gonna have to share a few
Yeah,
for
I
me. Okay,
will. I
don't be
will.
holding on all to yourself now.
Yes, I want to share. It's
So I'm
change.
so glad that you pointed out about diversity in clinical trials, because you're right. That's how they understand how to treat our DNA.
Hmm.
And as a community, culturally, there's concerns, and rightly so,
Hmm.
about the past of clinical trials and
Hmm.
so forth. And so, thank you for amplifying and saying that it's okay to try and get
Hmm.
involved with those and the importance of it, because we do
Hmm.
need to have the representation.
Yeah, because we live with these myths and misinformation. You're right. What has happened in the past, there has been a lot, but I mean, we can't stay stuck and we can't stay stagnant in that, because all of these drugs come out and a lot of them don't have us in them. They don't have our DNA. And we are not all the same. We just aren't.
Right. You're right. And so you're a walking miracle,
Yeah,
through
I'm
God's
thankful
grace.
through God's grace. Yep.
Absolutely. And so I know you know the statistics with younger Black women
Hmm.
and Black women in general. We call it a crisis
Hmm.
sisters network. When we have this many Black women, whether they're younger or over 40, we have too many of us being diagnosed with more aggressive cancers and dying, at disproportionate rates compared
Hmm.
to other ethnic groups. What goes through your mind when you're seeing so many young women,
Hmm.
Black women, our young sisters,
Mm,
being diagnosed at
yeah.
28, 30? It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, and this has just touched me because 5 women I know last year passed away. 5. and they were young. And I think what you're doing in this organization, awareness, and survivors need to speak up
Mhm.
because people, a young girl said, well, she came to me and said, well, there's none like you. I don't know anybody who's lived like that. But what I think we have to get together is that other survivors who have longer survivorship should speak out
So they can
so
see.
they can see. Because
Yes.
if you're seeing somebody 3 to 5 years, you think, okay, I've seen that before.
Sure.
You know,
But
this,
someone 17 years
yeah.
and stage 4, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's just a beautiful and a miracle.
Yeah, and
And
a woman came after me. I was at a conference. I
oh, I
I
don't like her
gave
coming after
I
you
know
now.
she no, but in a positive way. In a positive way. She literally walked out of the conference. I was leaving because I did the keynote. And she said, can I just say something to you? I don't want to be rude. She said, but you need to do more of this, but you also need to get other women, if you know, that's at least 15 years or
Out.
more
Mm,
out, because we want to see something like that because we hear, not to say take away from anyone with 3 years or five
sure.
years. It doesn't take away that. We're all warriors together. But she said it gives people hope. It gives people a way to keep fighting.
And the hope matters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hope really matters. So when a woman is diagnosed,
Mm-hmm.
of course, her mental health is shaken to the
Mm-hmm.
core. How did you protect yours?
It's a regiment. Mental health is a regiment. I wake up and I meditate.
Hmm.
I have a Bible right sitting next to my bed. I write in my journal and positive thinking. You can change what you think on a daily. You have the power,
Your mindset.
your mindset. And every time, like over the weekend, I heard some bad news. I got out of my house. I started walking. I was like, come on, Zen Bershan.
Okay.
And I really live that. I don't just say it, I live it on a daily.
Right. And so I know that you have your app.
A warrior,
You
yeah.
are a
So you
warrior.
spell it with the letter U, the letter R, the letter A, WARRIOR. Yep, it's a
Okay.
mental wellness platform.
Okay. And why did you start that?
Because what we don't understand is that when you go through cancer and breast cancer, what do you deal with underneath all that? Mental health,
Hmm.
depression, loneliness, anxiety,
And scanxiety.
scanxiety.
Yes.
Um, People who are, I mean, I was on a clinical trial and 7 women are not here anymore. It was 10 of us.
Wow.
7 didn't make it. And that's hard to hear,
Hmm.
so I think we have to deal with that too.
Why do you think so many of our sisters are scared to get mammograms?
Because no one wants to hear the cancer word. No one wants to hear the C word. And I think we don't do a great job um, of health and wellness
Hmm.
as a community and as a people. You know, for example, I learned about eating healthy. My brother, older brother, was eating healthy and tofu and walking, but they used to make fun of him 25 years ago.
Okay. There's that
Oh,
health nut.
yeah,
I
there
gotta.
go that health nut. He crazy. We talk about tofu, and
Right.
then he outlived a lot of my cousins,
Okay.
who had
Sure.
heart attacks, who had diabetes, who got cancer. Like we push those things under the rug. We don't like to deal with the real issues. And that's why I'm really passionate about survivorship, breast cancer, and mental health. They go together. We have to stop being afraid and we have to really start talking about it. So I love what this organization is doing. Your
Thank
mother,
you.
you, this is so powerful.
Thank
Like
you.
I will advocate and help you until the end because we have to stop being afraid and do the work.
Well, we appreciate that, and we'll take you
Yeah.
up on
Right.
it.
I'll get a
So
call
don't
next week.
you will.
Right.
So there's a lot of misconceptions about a woman who's living and thriving, but has stage 4 breast cancer.
Mhm.
What misconceptions would you like to clear up about an MBC survivor?
Ooh. Um, Well, I'm living my best life. So if there are a lot of misconceptions, I don't know what I mean. There are a lot. I mean, but hey, everything works for me. My sex drive, my personality. I live my life. So I mean, I don't know what they're saying. Well, I mean, no one ever thought I would make it.
This long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember someone saying this. I was a keynote speaker somewhere, and someone said, "Well, are you sure you got diagnosed? Are you sure you were rightly diagnosed?" And I said, if I got misdiagnosed with stage 4, all these tests, I said, it won't be a good scenario. Like, it will not be, the hospital
This will
will
not
not,
end well.
this won't end well, right, with all the stuff I've done. So I think the misconception is that, well, first of all, cancer kills, right? If you stay on top of it, you catch it early, we know you have better survival rates. And I'm telling you, eating healthy, exercising mindset.
Yeah, and our sisters and all women need to know the early detection is not a slogan.
Hmm.
It can truly
Hmm.
save a woman's life. And I
Hmm.
know that with our guidelines being at age 40 for the
Hmm.
first mammogram, we as an organization are advocating for it to be reduced to 35 because
Hmm.
we really feel that's how you're going to really, and that's on a policy side, of
Hmm.
course. But that's how you're going to real change comes and more
Hmm.
lives are saved.
Hmm.
So
I agree.
we really, really believe that we need to go back and review those the powers that be, so that we can save more women's lives, in particular our sisters who are being diagnosed at double the rate compared to white women and dying 3 times the rate under 40.
Mm,
So
I totally agree.
yeah,
We have to wake up on that.
so you're very visible. You've been on Real Housewives of New York. Um, How do you think those platforms can help normalize conversation about breast health, mental health?
I think they're important because one, Housewives has millions and millions of followers. Literally, I was in Italy and someone was like, "I love you. I see you on TV." But I think it's starting the conversation and really talking about things like this and not being afraid on these reality shows, on
Mhm.
social media, on platforms. I mean, look, I grew my followers to 1 million followers and more on these networks. And so I think we have to stop being afraid of our story and start sharing our story because your
Yeah,
story helps someone else out.
out there. Yeah,
Right? Yeah, I mean,
sure.
you're helping another survivor because believe me, no one wants to be alone. Someone wants to hear your story and say, I can do it too.
Right, right. And so you obviously we know you have a big personality and
Right,
vibrant
right.
energy. But what brings you peace?
Family,
Oh,
happiness.
okay.
And, when I walk every morning, it brings me peace.
Hmm.
Just by myself. I have a cup of green tea or coffee, and I just walk and I do my affirmations and I
Hmm.
do my manifestations. And I'm like, thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for another day.
And so I think it's fair to say that cancer changed your perspective on life.
It did. I say cancer was my gift because it woke me up to living. It woke me up.
Okay.
I do things unapologetically. I do I live out my life and I live it out loud,
Hmm.
doing it my way.
That's fair, and I don't know you very well, but for
Right.
the short window of time that I have
Yes.
had the pleasure of knowing you, I can
Mhm.
see that rings true for you. What advice would you give to a woman who's been newly diagnosed, who's starting that journey and has heard that she is stage 3 or stage
Mhm.
4?
Mhm.
What would you say to her? And if you'll say it to her in the
Okay.
camera, I'd love that.
I would say your cancer is not a death sentence. Take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, eat well, and be a warrior.
So when you were diagnosed, of course, the doctors go into action.
Mhm.
Um, Give us a sense of what your treatment plan entailed and,
Yeah. So I did a lumpectomy. I did a lumpectomy and I did radiation and chemo. My doctors didn't want to do a full mastectomy.
vasectomy. Okay.
They just because when it goes stage 4, they were like, let's focus on like let's getting chemotherapy, let's get you on on a plan, like a regiment with everything, eating well,
Mhm.
exercise, all,
Very
acupuncture.
comprehensive.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
comprehensive, a full thing. So I did chemo and I did it weekly and I was regimented. You know, I sort of broke some rules because I just couldn't understand that doctors wanted you to not eat what so with the whole thing about chemo is they blast your entire body, right? And
Mhm.
so they want to kill all the cells so they can rejuvenate. But I'm like, I gotta do my green juices. I have to eat healthy. I believe it somewhat, but I did my green juices and I ate healthy and I juiced like daily and ginger and
Ginger.
turmeric and
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
kale. So and then, like I said, it shrank it from where
Where
they
it
could
would see
see.
it. And then the radiation, was that hard on you as well?
It wasn't really hard because see, that's why I mean, literally, I take about 15 vitamins a day.
Okay.
I do. I mean, and I've been doing that forever because I believe in herbs and I believe in mindset,
Mhm.
right? So I go and I cook from a garden and I eat healthy
Oh,
food.
wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really eat healthy
You're
food. Yeah,
really committed.
I'm
Did you have
committed.
a family history? Because I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, my mother.
Oh, your mother.
My mother had stage 4
Really?
and passed away
I'm so
in
sorry.
1997. Mhm.
Okay. Of breast cancer?
Mhm.
Okay. So at and and I'm deeply sorry for that, for
Thank
your
you.
loss. Were you getting were you under so you weren't under surveillance having had that
I
strong family
sort of was, but doctors always say, "Oh, there's no way. You're so young."
Sure.
She died when I was 22.
Okay.
She died quick. I mean, she got diagnosed in August and passed away in November.
Wow, that was very
Yeah, that was
fast.
really fast. So,
Okay.
um,
So never in the back of your mind did you
yeah, I
oh.
definitely thought in the back of my mind. But I mean, and I told my doctor, and we would check up, manually,
Mhm.
and until I started like when I got a little older, maybe later 20s, I was
Mm.
like, all right, let's really start looking and make
Yeah.
sure.
Make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any sibling, like a sister or anything like that?
No sisters, brothers, but I don't have the BRCA gene,
Okay.
and
And you
I
did
have
genetic testing?
I have I know what my genetic test is, but I
Right.
don't have but it's not BRCA.
Not BRCA. Okay.
Yeah, so I
Gotcha.
have cousins who got diagnosed with breast cancer too.
Okay. So it does
Yeah.
run in your family.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And so you're a beacon of light for them in terms of keeping them on point,
Mhm.
imagine.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's my calling.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you using your platform because you don't have to,
Yeah.
number one. But like you said, when more people see
Mhm.
um, someone who's living and thriving
Mhm.
with, metastatic breast cancer, stage 4, that is a testimony that is powerful.
Mhm.
And hope is what all these ladies need
Yeah.
to see, whether like you said, 3 years out, 5 years out,
Yep.
10 years out, seeing someone who's thriving
Mhm.
and knowing that they too can do that. But it comes down to what? Their mindset
Their
again, to
mindset.
helping
Yep.
them as part of that. Other things, of course, but the mindset is very powerful, and what you speak, the words you speak to yourself.
Yes, and I do that every day. Speak positive words every single day.
So, before we let you go, you talked a little bit about your affirmations that you
Mhm.
say to yourself. Now, you don't have to give your own personal ones, but why don't you give the ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen
Yeah.
some positive affirmations that they might want to think about incorporating into their daily lives?
Oh, I love that. And they're simple. It's I say every 7 times each one I say I am powerful,
Hmm.
I am healthy, I am enough, and I am healthy from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet.
And why 7 times?
Because 7 is a powerful
Powerful
number.
number in the
Yeah,
Bible.
so
Yeah.
manifest, it
Hmm.
vibrates into your head. Yeah,
Hmm.
7. And this is another thing. This year, 2026 is a 1 year. It's a shift in your mindset. So,
Mm.
it's the year of the horse, but it's also 2026 is new beginnings.
Yes.
So, everything you do in this year, write it down, start fresh, start new, and you can tackle anything you want.
Okay.
because it's a new 1 year.
Now you heard it from You Are a Warrior.
Yeah, you heard it from You Are a Warrior, me. Yep.
Thank you, Bershan.
Thank you so much. Yes.
The motivation working in oncology is easy. I think we all have a family member or a friend that's affected by cancer, and you just know the toll that that takes on not only that person, but their family.
While I might not today be in one of those situations where I desperately need a medicine for someone I care about, millions of people are all over the world in that exact situation. Like, we are the people who make those things.
No shortcuts, no compromises. We discovering, we identifying, we applying cutting-edge technologies and the methodologies in our daily work.
Whether I can improve with new technology, doing something faster, I'm always trying to get better in every experiment that I'm running.
I think we constantly have to be pushing those boundaries, not just so that we can stay at the forefront as a science and technology company.
Being bold with ideas can really help us make breakthroughs and bring us a step closer to discovering effective treatments for patients.